Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Dr. Sharma, back at it with another video, and I surprisingly get this question a lot. And by surprising, I don't mean that in a bad way or anything like that. I think it's completely reasonable to be asking this question because, to be honest, I also asked my friends who were in med school at the time on whether or not they should be studying before med school and what book they should be using. And by that I mean studying before med school in order to be, ahead of the game, ready to really absorb information, learn your anatomy, maybe some physiology, I guess something that would help you prepare as much as you can for medical school. And while I don't think that that's necessarily a bad idea, I think you could really go either way. You could say, hey, you know what, I'm going to prepare some things. I'm going to start reading this particular book and say, yeah, I'll try to learn it as best as I can. Therefore, I'm somewhat prepared to spend some of my time doing that before I start. For those of you who've already been accepted and are planning on going and trying to really nail it. The other argument is going the completely other direction and saying, I'm already going to be learning this anyways. I'm going to be studying a lot, really requiring a lot of my time, and therefore I'm just going to take a little bit of time off, not really study anything and travel more, or something like that, maybe even work. And of course there could be a spectrum in between, but those are just really the two options. And I don't think either of those are incorrect or wrong. But of course I'm making this video because I have my opinion and somebody asked me the question, and therefore I'm going to answer it for you to say that in my opinion, and again this is just my opinion, there is really no right or wrong answer. If you're already in a medical job such as being an EMT or you're a medical scribe and you pretty much have to learn medical jargon for your job and do that and make money on the side before you're starting medical school, whether it be your third or fourth year during college or a gap year, kind of like what I did. I took a gap year off before starting medical school and I was a medical scribe. But at the time I was also traveling and using that money to essentially kind of just have fun. Because to be honest, when you start medical school, you are going to be drinking from a fire hydrant. And nothing can prepare you for drinking out of a fire hydrant than actually drinking out of it. Because if you don't drink it, you'll die. And that's figurative for if you aren't able to keep up with medical school while you're in it, well, let's just say it's gonna be really hard. Don't fret. Obviously, you're gonna have a lot of help. You're gonna meet people in medical school. You're gonna have great proctors, especially depending on where you go. So don't let me freak you out there. But during graduate school, you're going to have to study anyways. You won't even have time to have fun or have time off. And you're gonna be wishing, oh my gosh, I wish I used the couple months before I started to at least have some fun and de-stress and decompress after college before I actually start having to really know stuff and actually be held accountable for actually passing classes and such. Therefore, I err on the side of not having a book to study, not really doing that. I did, however, get asked on one of my interviews, what book were you reading at the time? They just asked, what book are you reading right now? And I was passively just reading Into the Wild. I was reading that for fun because I was traveling a lot and flying and stuff, and I thought it was just a really good book about how this person sort of just left everything, how this individual left the social constructs of what we've created. And I really didn't really start appreciating that until I started working myself and I was sort of in it, sort of grinding gears and working a lot and realizing, wow, this is actually a fantastic book. That being said, you could just read something passively, something for fun, but don't necessarily pick up some sort of anatomy book because you're going to be giving that information anyways. You're going to be given the specific book that you have to learn. It's kind of like somebody who's about to start engineering school and saying, hey, why don't you try to learn how to put together an engine using Google and Wikipedia or some random books that you found? But then when you start engineering school, I'm going to give you the actual manual that you have to learn. So why would you waste your time before that if you're going to be given the actual manual that you have to really specifically learn word for word? Wasting your time before that when you know you're going to have to really study hard. Just have fun before medical school, okay? That's my opinion. You take it or leave it. Again, if you're already in a career that is a little bit medical related, such as a medical scribe or an EMT or a medical assistant, of course continue that. I think that's a great tool to have, learning a lot of medical jargon and getting a little bit of extra cash that you can spend the way that you want, given that during medical school it is school and therefore you're not really working a lot. I find it hard pressed to see that anybody had time to even work. Some people did at the library, but you're going to have to get your head in the game. You're going to be given the books that you're going to need to learn. So my opinion would be not to really read anything. Unless you're reading some TripAdvisor articles on some awesome trips to Indonesia or something. That would be cool. Or reading Into the Wild. I don't know, something passive, that would be fun. And that would be a little bit interesting to talk about during an interview in case you also get the question, hey, what book are you reading right now? Please like and subscribe for more videos. Comment and comment below. Let me know how I'm doing because it really helps me. Again, I'm doing these videos for free. Really just trying to help you guys do better, do well, get into medical school, and get into residency. As always, good luck.